beards are tricky, right? Like beards, like when they get this long, it's a good thing that I can't see very well. Because now you know that I'm a hipster. Like that's what this beard represents, right? Like because of the glasses, you can tell it's a hipster beard. But if I take the glasses off, I look like a different person. Like if I take the glasses off, I kind of look redneck. You know what I mean? Like not a lot, just a little bit of a good old boy vibe. You know? It's like hipster, redneck. Vegan cafe, Texas Roadhouse. Quinoa salad, build the wall. If I take the hat off, I get searched before I go on a plane. Like that's, the beard means different things. I actually started wearing a hat on stage because I've got this, right? I've got my three things, the hat, the beard, and the glasses. I started wearing the hat on stage because I have psoriasis and it would flare up sometimes. And I got embarrassed. But I've actually had psoriasis for 10 years and I went to the doctor when I first got it. And she said, okay, we have a cure. Like we can give you an injection. But there is a side effect you might not like. I was like, what is it, diarrhea? I can handle that. I go to Taco Bell a lot. She's like, no, it's cancer. Yeah, the side effect to the cure for psoriasis was cancer. It's like, I'm good, I'll just itch. Like, that's fine. Like, I'll just deal with it. I'll just wear a hat and long sleeves. And she's like, well, there's other things we can do. I was like, all right, what can we do? She's like, well, we can change your diet. So I gave up gluten for like a year, and it did nothing but make me furious. Didn't help my psoriasis at all. And then she's like, well, sometimes it can be stress related. Do you have any stress in your life? I was like, well, I do have 3 kids under the age of 10, so. She's like, yeah, that's it. We found your stress. Yeah. You're going to want to eliminate your stress. What are you telling me to do here, Doc? Like, I don't think a doctor's note's going to cover this. Love doesn't make up for my genetics. Like, right off the bat, first kid, ADD. Like, right off the bat, I'm like, all right, that's my kid for sure. But I am worried. I'm worried about that. I'm worried about the first kid in particular because of the ADD, and not because of that, but because he is also very smart. Like, he's the smart kind of ADD, a little too smart. Do you know what I mean? Like, he knows things. He's a mathlete, which I didn't know what that was. Like, right? I'm just picturing somebody who writes math problems on a piece of paper, rolls it up into a ball, and shoots it into a trash can. Like, that's all I could come up with for mathlete. He's explained it to me several times. He went to state for athleticism. Like, I didn't know you could go to state. I didn't know you could be a state mathlete. So he's smart, he's super smart, but it gets me worried sometimes, like it's kind of in a creepy way, like he's creepy smart. Like he talks like an adult most of the time. Like he gets into the car, I pick him up from school, he gets in the car and he's wearing a paper tie. He had made a tie, so he had gotten to school and was like, I am way underdressed for this. So he made himself a tie, and then I said, hey son, nice tie. And he said, that's the 27th compliment I've gotten on that tie today, Dad. I said, 27, that's a very specific number. How do you know it's been 27 exactly? And he shows me this little book that he's been keeping track of every compliment. But here's the thing, he only did 27 tallies and no cross thing on the 5th one. Do you know what I mean? Like just 27 straight tallies in this little book. Which, by the way, doing the cross thing on the 5th one is the only fun thing about doing tallies, right? That sounds like a sociopath to me. Like, that sounds like if he goes to prison, all the other inmates are going to be like, don't mess with that dude. Like, he just puts tallies. He doesn't even put the cross thing. I don't know how he's marking time. He's got to count by ones now. I don't know how that's going to work. So this worried me. This triggered some repressed memories. I started to think about when he was 8 years old. And he was just young enough I could use Santa as a threat, you know what I mean? Not like Santa's gonna kill you, not like that, but just like, you know, no presents, coal in the stocking, that kind of thing. And he was in his room with his brothers, and he was on his top bunk in his room, and he was running his fingers along the ceiling, and pieces of the ceiling were falling on the ground. And I said, hey son, you better stop that, or I'm calling Santa right now and you're not getting any presents this year. And he looks me right in the eyes and he says, that's okay. Wrecking the house is my present. What? Like that, how do I respond to that? That shook me to my core. Like I don't know what to do because now I gotta like train him like Dexter or something. You understand? Like I gotta direct that sociopathic energy somewhere else because he's gonna put it towards me, right? Because when he was 2 years old, he used to get out of his crib in the morning, and his favorite way to wake me up was to put a pillow over my face. Yeah, and he would laugh and laugh. I thought it was cute at the time. Now I realize he was testing my mortality. So I got to do something. I got to train him, do something like that. Because I don't want him in 10 years to be on death row for murdering me, right? And then they interview him for the news, and they're going to be like, why'd you kill your father? And he's going to be like, well, he only hugged me 82 times in my life. How do you know it was 82 times exactly? And he's going to pull out a little book. There's going to be 82 tallies and no cross thing on the fifth one. And they're going to say, what are those 7 tallies on the other page? He's going, that's how many times I stabbed him. That got darker. That got dark at the end.